Hey Stampers, it's Anne here. I wanted to pop on tonight to show you a couple of fun projects. I don't know if you guys were able to join Sarah Douglas, Stampin' Up! CEO, online on Facebook. I think it was on Wednesday, where all of the employees, they had a day of service. Stampin' Up! Does this a lot, and they do things out in the community to make a difference. They actually close the company for a time during the day. Sometimes it's all day, and then they do things to, like I say, help the community. Well, this time what they did, they gave all of the employees packets that had designer series paper, this template, washi tape, and a whole bunch of things. And the whole point was to make cards and share sunshine. Sarah's got this whole share sunshine theme going. And let me just show you quickly how this was used. Stampin' Up! Came out with this PDF download that was called Share Sunshine. That's kind of a tongue twister. And what it is it's a PDF download, let me flip this way, that has all sorts of sentiments that you can stick on cards for this quarantine time. Like one here, I changed out of my night pajamas into my day pajamas. Thinking of you during this quarantine. It's your birthday. Let's digitally party. Just breathe, but wear your mask. So there's a whole bunch of fun images on this. And the neat thing is, Stampin' Up! Is selling it, and 100% of the proceeds go to these two charities that Stampin' Up! Is offering, and you decide which one you want to support at checkout. I think it's really neat. The demonstrators don't even get a portion of this, so everything goes to these charities, and I will have the template and the information about this download on my site. Now, of course, you don't have to use this, you can stamp. But what's really neat is on this download, it tells you the page number, the coordinating colors that these are printed in. So like this is rich raspberry and a red, a black, there's some green. So if you want to match it with our colors, you know what it is. Then it gives you coordinating products that you can use to cut them out. Of course, you can just use your scissors and a trimmer, and that works fine too. Let me show you some cards that I made using the template, and then we're going to chop up some of the paper, and I'm going to show you a fun way if you don't have 12 by 12 paper, but you have 6 by 6 paper, that you can do this. So this is designer series paper that I think from 2 years ago that I have, and it's crushed curry and Calypso coral cardstock. Now, when they did it at Stampin' Up!, they used card bases and silver-edged envelopes to make it easier for the employees. Hey, Carol. So what I did, using this template, I chopped up my paper, and then I used some of the sentiments from that download. This one says, I'm smiling under my face mask. Sending joy and sunshine, not germs. And I used some lace on this, and I used a punch. I just wanted to show you what you could do with the lace and with some other embellishments. But when I cut up my other paper and I eventually make cards with it, I am going to keep them simple. I'm just going to use cardstock, DSP, and these greetings, and maybe a little washi tape so I can mail them out or deliver them. Don't have to put extra postage on them. Here's another one. I can't wait to social and distance with you. And I just happen to have this washi tape that actually matched the paper. And I randomly picked paper, and it all really goes together. This one is not alone, just apart, and I used a punch. This one used the same punch, a little washi, and the greeting, and I'm going to show you how these strips came out. Then on this one, pieces of paper and a button. Okay, so let me show you. Here is our template, and it's going to be really easy to cut the paper. I marked using one of our Stampin' Write markers because I can just wipe it off later. What you'll see on the template, we're going to cut our 12 by 12 paper at 5 inches and 5 inches, and then we'll have a 2-inch strip that we're going to cut 3 times at 3 inches. Those 5-inch strips, we're going to turn them and cut them at 3 inches, and then we'll have a little bit left. Now, I'm going to hold this up here so you can see. I just put little arrows right at the 3 1/4, and the 5-inch. So it'll make it really easy to remember when we're cutting. So what you would do is you would just grab any piece of 12 by 12 paper. This is double-sided, and this is the ornate paper from the new catalog. So I'm going to just take it in my trimmer. Now, if you use 3 pieces of designer series paper, you would be able to make 20 cards. So you could give those to neighbors, coworkers, mail them to your family. I think pretty much everybody is sick of being stuck inside. Zoom meetings are great, but nothing like getting a real handmade card in the mail, not just a bill. Okay, so 5 inches. I'm going to trim that. And then I'm going to come over here again to 5 inches. And I'm going to trim that. There's my 2-inch strip. I'm going to set it aside for a minute. Then remember, as our template said, the next measurement is 3 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to 3 1/4, and I'm going to do 3 1/4, and another 3 1/4, and then from that piece I would have these 2 strips left over. Now, let me bring back this card. See here how there's 5 strips? Well, that's where these come in. So they fit perfectly on the front of a card, and you can, turn them over and put them any way you want. So if you use 3 12 by 12 sheets of paper, then you would end up with 6 of these to put 5 on one card and then, stick 1 on another one like I did here. This is where the strip is. Okie doke. So then the last piece, remember we've got this 2-inch strip. We're going to chop this up at 3. So 1 3-inch and 2 makes 6 inches, and another cut here makes 9 and 12. So these pieces will go on a card front either like this. You can put them together. You can put them diagonally. You could even cut these on the diagonal and then place one in this corner and one in this corner. There are so many possibilities. When Sarah was doing it, she wanted to keep it pretty simple for the employees. And these are the other pieces I have left after I chopped up my 3 12 by 12s. And then I just wanted to use solid color card bases. But again, you can do whatever you prefer. And the neat thing on the template, which I will also put a link to Sarah's site in the comments after I'm done here. Hey, Debbie, you can see here kind of the samples. This card here is the one where you just take your 5-inch piece and lay that down on your cardstock. This one is where you take these 2 little pieces, however you want to put them on there. And then this one again was the strips. And there's 5, 5 strips. Okay, now here is something really fun. Sarah did not do this. I actually came up with this, and I thought it was kind of clever. So what I did is these are 6 by 6 pieces of paper. Obviously, you could stick a 6 by 6 paper in your trimmer and cut it up however you wanted to. But I wanted to still use the template. Now, we've got this side, or you could use this side. Now, since I've already put Scotch tape on this part, I'm going to use this. So we're going to cut it the same way. We're going to cut it first at 5 inches, and then we're going to cut it at 5 inches. Now look what happens. I just think this is so cool. On this piece, you've already got some borders that are different. So now I'm going to take these pieces at 5 inches, and like the template showed us, I'm going to go right back in at 3 3/4, and I'm going to cut these up. And we're actually going to put these on a couple of cards, so don't go away. All right, 3 3/4, and look, so you've got all sorts of different pieces that you can use here and different sides. Then we've got our 2-inch strip that we're going to cut again at 3 inches and 3 inches, and it'll be right on this line. Voila. And then we're going to do this one. So the neat thing is there's no waste. You can still use that template, and it is going to be so simple. All right, now what I'm going to do, I have sort of pre-selected balmy blue cardstock because I thought, okay, it is going to work with any of these that I'm going to choose. So I'm going to just fold my 8.5 by 5.5 cardstock, and let me grab my bone folder. Now, this is a light enough color that you really do not have to line the inside of this when you make a card. I usually like to, but again, the whole point of these are to make just a bunch of cards and send them out to share a little happy. Okay, so on this one, what I'm going to do it up and down, and I'm going to choose this pattern right here. Now, you can use whatever kind of adhesive you want. Stampin' Up! Used this multi-purpose glue for the employees, I'm sure partly because it was cheaper. I'm going to use snail tonight because it is quick. And see, you could even do the back side here. There is Scotch tape here, but you could easily just put another strip on here like this. As a matter of fact, I like that. I think I'm going to use this side instead. What do you think about that? Okay. And you could put a piece of ribbon on it. All right, so I'm going to just line this up. Then I'm going to take my handy dandy paper snips and I'm going to chop this off. Of course, you could do it with your trimmer, but hey, why if a scissor will work quicker? Okay, then I'm going to put some more snail on here, and sadly, our snail is not going to be in the new catalog. There is going to be some better adhesive that is kind of a combination of snail and fast fuse. If you really like snail, you may want to go ahead and order it before it goes away. I notice here that I got that on there just a little crookedly. So I'm going to pick that up and do a better job of sticking that down. And I'm using my craft mat, my silicone mat, so I can pick it right up. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this on the front of my card, and I have pre-cut this one from our template, and it says, I totally share my toilet paper with you. You could use dimensionals. I am going to just put it on here again with snail, because when I mail this, I don't want to have to worry that I'll need extra postage on there. Okay, so here we go. And voila, there is one card done. Easy peasy. Okay, let's do another one here. All right, let's take this piece because it's got both some purplish color in it and blue. All right, here is another piece of balmy blue, right? This one I'm going to put on so that the card opens like that. What do you think of this? I just thought, not to toot my own horn, but I thought I was kind of clever in taping those together, because being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I have a lot of retired product, including paper. Now, I'm putting most of mine this year, and thanks, Carol. I'm going to put most of that in mystery boxes, and people are going to be able to get those. If you're not a newsletter subscriber and you don't know about those, just send me a quick PM and I'll tell you about that. Okay, now here is another one that I have done. It says, everything will be okay. We just can't see what okay looks like from here. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to put that right on the front. Okay, and cute card to send out, right? But it's easy, easy, easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to do another one, and on this one, I am going to just use a little bit of twine just to show you that you could use ribbon, twine, whatever. So I'm going to put, oh, doesn't that look cool on the back too? I just love this. That's one cool thing about our designer series paper. Okay, that one ran out, but I've got another one right here. Our designer series paper offers so many different options. Okay, so we've got this here, and this particular one says, though we're not together, we are close at heart. and I punched it out with the heart punch that it goes with. Now, what I'm going to do on this one, I've got some leftover navy twine. So I'm going to, and I do this a lot with twine, with cording. I'm going to wrap it around my fingers probably, 6 or 8 times. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is, see how I've got this little pile of circles? I'm going to just separate it out a little bit. I'm going to take some snail, put it on the back of this heart, and I've shown my Stamp Club members, hey Vicki, how to do this. It's kind of a fun deal. Okay, so I am just going to have this kind of poke out from the back, or peek out. Now, I don't want this little tail hanging out there, so you could either just chop it off, but look, you've got your adhesive, your snail right here. So I am just going to stick it on there, chop it off. Then I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to add a little more adhesive to this. You could, again, use dimensionals if you wanted to, but I just want to have it be as flat as it can be. Okay, and there you go. You've got, what have we done here? 3 quick little cards in just the span of a few minutes. So, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to make a bunch more cards out of this. Reminder, I'm going to put a link to the template on there. And just remember, you either use 1 sheet or 3 sheets if you want to create about 20 cards of your 12 by 12, or you can do what I did and take your 6 by 6 paper. Let me get it out of the bag here. And you just pick the patterns you want. They kind of all go together. This is the dinosaur paper, and these are like dinosaur eggs. So what you would do is you would butt these 2 up together, and then maybe you want to use this piece, and maybe this piece here. So you could put your Scotch tape in just a few places, and then it would be together enough to cut. Or you may want to flip it over and decide, oh, I like these patterns better. Like that. Or maybe you want one of these and one of these. I mean, the possibilities are endless, guys. And you can just, it will be so easy, so quick. So I am going to, like I said, post everything in the comments section after I post this recording. If you need anything, you can get Stampin' Up! Products at annbrown.stampinup.net. You can email me at ann@stampmaven.com. Or hey, in this texting age, feel free to text me at 214-293-4461. Hey, thanks for popping in, and I'll see you real soon.